Hi everyone, for Brett Cloutier, my name is Mike Gallagher. Welcome back to the Augsburg Weekly Sports Updates. Brett, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Mike. How about yourself?
Good, I'm well. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. It's been too long, I'd say.
I know.
But we're back here to catch up on the Augsburg men's hockey team, who, thankfully for us, Brett, has more hockey to come. You went into the past weekend on a 4-0-1 streak, came out with a sweep, only needed 2 points but got 4. 6-0-1 now in their last 7, 16-4-1 after January 30th in the last 3 years combined in the regular season. So, Brett, looking at that past weekend, what did you see from the team? Obviously, peaking at the right time, which seemingly is a habit of this Augsburg hockey team.
Absolutely. You look at this team. They played phenomenal hockey in December. They got that sweep of St. John's in the first week of December, and then they went on a long, holiday break, semester break. They kind of got into a rut there, coming back from starting practices, in the latter half of 2010, right after the Christmas holiday. They never really got their feet under them. They kind of lost some of that chemistry they built up in the beginning of the year. But now you talk about the last few games. 13 points in their last 7 games. It's a phenomenal streak that they're on. And they're just playing good hockey. You're seeing all four lines contribute. You're seeing that chemistry level of that top line come back to where it was, in October and November of this season. And they're just a really fun team to watch play right now. 4
goals at least in the past 7 games, and it had been since January 4th against Finlandia since they had gotten 4 goals in the game before this streak. So talk about what is it in the offense right now? You see them, like you said, you see them clicking. Is it the lines maybe finally coming together, being on the right page, or what exactly would that be?
And we talked with Mario Miele on our radio show last night, and Mario Miele, senior 4 for the Augsburg men's hockey team, and he said that it was great to have that first line carries, but right when they kind of cooled off a little bit at the beginning of the year, that second, third, fourth line didn't score many goals other than maybe on the power play. In the last few series, you've seen all 4 lines contribute with goals. From first through the fourth line, guys have stepped up and made plays, and that's just a testament to how deep this team was. Now guys are finally starting to understand their roles and know what they have to do on a night-to-night basis.
Going to Gustavus, 4 p.m. Don Roberts Ice Arena down there in St. Peter, Minnesota. Revisiting some good and bad memories, I imagine. 4 overtime game last year, 6-5 loss in the semifinals of the MIAC playoffs. Brett, this is going to be an experience, if nothing else. Emotions are going to be supercharged, especially for these 8 seniors. Can you even describe what it's going to be like down there and the atmosphere for this game?
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to make the trip. I think they swithed up moved to 4 hours ahead, so we couldn't make the trip like we did last year. Aggies came out in full force last year, but we talked to Mario Miele. These guys, they had bad taste in their mouth from that 5 overtime game last year against Gustavus. They feel like they left something on the table there. They got lost 4-1 down to Gustavus earlier this season. Just haven't had the success that they would have liked. Nick Wright individually has spoken on how he struggled in that rink, and I think a lot of these guys, when you know that your career's over if you lose, you have that extra little bit of burst, extra little step in your a little stride going for you. And I just expect these seniors to look in the mirror and really bring even more to the table than they have in the last few weeks.
Mario last night says we'll find a way to win. What are the keys to finding that way to win? Obviously, you see that top line plus 17, plus 17, plus 19 individually, and obviously they've been spectacular. But specifically, it can't just be them. What else needs to happen for this team to win and get into Hamlin on Saturday?
I talked about last week or 2 weeks ago on our shows that they need to start winning some face-offs, and that you saw them just dominate the face-off circle against Bethel. And it sounds like such a tedious thing, but if you win if you're killing a penalty and you win the face-off in your own zone, it's easy to clear the puck out, and then it kind of kills momentum of the other team's power play. Same with you're on the power play. If they can continue to succeed in the face-off circle, their power play is one of the better power plays in the conference. Their PK is right around average, so they're playing just fine in special teams. But if they win those face-offs, it seems like something so small. If they continue to succeed in the face-off circle, I expect for them to continue the success that they've shown.
That sweep against Bethel, very impressive. Things that could go wrong, though. It seemed like they played very well in pretty much every aspect this past weekend, but you've seen this team struggle. What will go wrong if they can't pull this off?
Or they struggle in the past. It's against teams who are fast, high-scoring teams, and that is what Gustavus is. Augsburg is, as they've scored a lot of goals, like you said recently, they've scored 4 goals seemingly every game in the last month. But they're a team that traditionally wants to play a 2 or 3 goal game. They got a couple of the skill line, but they got a bunch of guys who want to battle in the corner, grind it out, kill their penalties, and keep it a low-scoring game. A team like Gustavus likes to score a lot of goals. Last year, they're in the highest-scoring teams in the nation. Had the Division III Player of the Year and Andrew Martinson last year for Gustavus, and you see he's graduated, but you look at a guy, Ross Ringjardi for Gustavus, an experienced forward who's been there before, and then Mitch Carlson on the point of their power play, just an excellent defenseman, one of the best defensemen in the conference. And you really got to keep those 2 veterans in check, because this is a team who was a national runners-up 2 years ago, like a lot of guys from that team, and a team that made the NCAA tournament last year, and made a run into the playoffs last year. And they've been there before. So whereas Gustavus has the experience, I think the Aggies have the talent to definitely go in there and defeat the Gusties.
Brett Cloutier, I'm Mike Gallagher. 4 p.m. Friday, Don Roberts Ice Arena down in St. Peter, Minnesota at Gustavus. If they do win, Hamlin, 2 o'clock the next day over at the fairgrounds.
I think we'll see everyone in St. Paul. Is that safe to say?
I'm backing up what Mario Miele says. I'm hoping you're right. So good luck to the Augsburg Augies, and hopefully you can make the trip down to Gustavus. We won't, but we'll be there in spirit again.
Absolutely.
Rooting them out
We'll be there on the live stats.
Exactly. Good luck to the Augies.